Hey, wait, there's your orb. Just thought I'd show you this morning. I'm moving slow, but look who's going to help me feed this morning. That's the best good morning you get out of her. She's usually not in here with me when these kids get fed. She's busy talking about their asses.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
A little bit of rain.
These
calves are all eating on grass with mama. All their butts are a little dirty.
You're kind of cute.
Doesn't take much water in the grass, and it changes a bit. Oh, there he is. Little Curious George. He's hiding down here, though. He's right there. He hadn't made it up in here yet. Hi, George. How's George? Oh, he thinks I'm talking about him now. Or him. They don't realize. It's Curious George down there. A mess, imagine that. Yeah, the bottom hose on the water pump. That hose right there. Yeah, it was full. The little heater tank was full. So it all came out. Heck with it. All the rods are out. Push rods. Got the bracket out of the way. A couple other things out of the way. Working on getting the fan out. Yeah, you know, most things, they don't leave you a lot of room to get in to get to the bolts on the fan. Even a short socket and a ratchet will not fit there. So, that's what I get to use. But you only got so much room to work it between the blades. I have two of them broke loose. Unfortunately, they're just stiff enough. I can't get them with my fingers yet. And they're just loose enough that the ratchet won't work right. It won't let it go back. And yeah, I'd have been farther, but Becky needed me to go over some stuff in the house, so yay. Just what I wanted to do, right? And I haven't tested them yet, checked them, but they all look good. There they are. I was really surprised. There was about 3 inches of goo left in those that hadn't drained down, so there's going to be a bunch of cleaning up to do. It's one reason that tub's still under it. I want to get everything down that we can before we pull the pan. Usually I'd pour some diesel over everything and let it do it, but we may have to step up to some gasoline to actually get that crap to cut. Funny thing about oil, once it's had water in it, it don't cut near as easy. But hey, one way or the other, it'll happen. Oh, I know, I'm going slow. Got all the head bolts out, got the head broke loose. Wondering how to make pieces to lift it with. Because I know I ain't picking that sucker up, putting it on my shoulder. That ain't happening. The issue is, you got those two. And that's kind of in the way, but I think I can cheat it to the front enough to clear. Then you got these two, and where we left 3 manifolds on the other side, I know the weight's going to be the other side. I'm assuming that they got these, so if your center pull on those with a bare head, it's going to be even. So we got to be from the other side some more. So chain would be an awesome thing, but you know, those are 5/8 bolts. I don't have any chain that big. So I gotta find a couple pieces of flat iron or something, I guess. Weld some chain to and go from there. But I was looking and not finding. Story of my life. You know, even that big chain, it ain't near big enough to get a 5/8 bolt through. Maybe a 1/2 inch, but not a 5/8. So I'll just keep wandering around the dog you know, she picks her spot, takes it. And, you know, used to have a few short pieces of 2-inch angle iron, which would be awesome. Well, there ain't squat in here. There really ain't. Most of the stuff in that pile of crap right there is hard. Got a piece on top, it's a piece of T1. There's harder stuff under it, so that's out of the question. So it depends on what I want to cut up to use. I'll figure something out. Found a couple pieces I think will work. Got 2 washers under them just to get them up so they can't touch the surface where the valve cover goes. Some of you might recognize those. There's a reason there's a 1/2-inch hole in them. They were on top of that to lift it. If you can see yep, where the little rust trail is, there's the bolt head sticking up. That's where one was. It wasn't there now. I found them over on the steel rack. I'm thinking that's going to be really close to the center on the weight with everything still hanging out here. That's my thinking. I may be wrong. I'm also thinking what we'll probably do is hook a chain there, and maybe when I go to lift off with the skid steer, we'll use a come along to lift it up and see how close we really are. If I'm off a little bit, and I can take a piece of twine or something, wrap around those other 2 bolts. You know, big bale twine is stout enough. Tie it back to the chain just to shift the weight. So hopefully it'll do it without any issues. And I'm gonna go in. I've been on my feet way too much today. I'm sore. I'm done. That's how it is. 10 million trips around the shop putting tools away. Hopefully some of that mess will dry up more. But there's more kitty litter. A lot of people, oh my God, kitty litter. No, you buy the expensive. No, kitty litter works great. And actually, if you want to know the very best thing for a spill on a shop floor is ashes out of the stove, but we don't have a wood stove in here anymore, so we don't have that option. And this is how our whole day has been. There's a little water on that bag, and there's drops on there. A little bit on the hood. But I think the drops are afraid to hit the ground most of the time. Sun, rain, clouds, rain, sun, rain, clouds, rain. But it really hasn't rained enough to do anything. Oh, and the wind. Don't forget the wind. It's not too bad right now. It was rattling stuff earlier. East wind at the moment. And they say that our rain this time is coming out of the northwest, which is unusual. That's probably why we're not getting much. It's missing us. Yeah, the float still isn't floating, and it really doesn't show any more than it did yesterday. So, oh well. Whatever hits the grass, though, it's absorbing it before it gets gone, I hope. Quick look around. Bright spots up there. Thank you for watching, everybody.